Hello everybody, and welcome to the best cycling news show on the YouTubes. Fact, alright, it's the Chris Pritchard Cycling News Show. Without further ado, let's get into some of the news. Whoosh. Alright, first up, let's take a look at all the action from the Tour de... Well, not all the action, let's just find out about the final GC and the fact that Richie Porte was trying to make it 7 consecutive wins up Willunga Hill, but didn't manage it. Stage 6 of the Tour Down Under was taken by Matt Holmes. A lot of people doubted this guy, a lot of people refused to give him a chance at Pro Conti level, let alone World Tour level. Lotto Soudal took a chance on him. Within 6 days of racing, it has already paid dividends for them. Matt Holmes not only took his first World Tour victory as a Pro Tour rider, but also be a man who looks unbeatable on this parkour. Richie Porte has won on Willunga Hill for the last 6 years, and this year looked no different until Matt Holmes decided to rip the rulebook up and smash it to victory. Richie Porte finished second, 3 seconds down on Matt Holmes, but ultimately taking the overall victory of the Tour Down Under. And as the Tour Down Under came to a finish, Vuelta a San Juan got underway in Argentina with a little bit of fireworks. And the fireworks started from 3.5k out as a spectator caused this almighty crash within the peloton. Just about, let's say what, a good half of the peloton came down in that one. And if we watch it back, you can see here that the UAE rider just there, just on the edge of the road, he actually clips one of the spectators who looks to be clapping the riders along, causing a domino effect right across the peloton and just split the peloton. All right, now before we get to the finish of this race, what I want to do is just show you the finish. So if there's any budding commissaires out there, I want you to get a pen and paper out, just start writing notes. See how many mistakes you can find in this sprint finish. So we'll get into the results shortly, but 100 meters to go. Do you spot anything there? And as a racer, do you spot anything on the road that might hinder you from knowing where the finish line is? And then as they come over the line, how many potential hazards did you spot there? As I said, we'll get into the finish shortly, but watching that, it looked like one of those hazard perception videos that you watch when you've been caught speeding and you have to name out all the mistakes and all the hazards on the road. That was a mental finish. First off, 100 meters to go, there was a left-hand bend. All right, not the sharpest, but still, at that speed, it should be a straight run-in to the finish, especially with 100 meters to go. 2, who knew where the finish line was? There were so many sponsors, so many different lines on the floor, it was hard to actually see where the finish line was, and a lot of riders complained about that. And then number 3, you had the cameramen and women, potentially. It looked like they were far too close to the finish, and not only that, they were spread all the way across the road. You had a couple of them diving for cover after the riders came across the line. It looked far too dangerous for my liking. Number 4, whose idea was this to spray confetti across the road as the riders came over the finish line? Now, if anybody else spotted any more hazards that I didn't, please leave them down in the comments below. But let's get on to the race winner, and it was Israel Startup Nation rider Rudy Barbier, I think that's how you pronounce his name, who took the victory. He seemed to come from a mile away, didn't really have a lead-out train, the way the Bora Hansgrohe had set it up, the way DQing Quickstep had set it up, and he took the victory coming around the outside on that left-hand bend. Second place was Manuel Belletti, and in third, cracking result there for the Argentinian rider Thomas Conte. And next up, it was Track Nationals time over here in the UK. One result I just want to pick up on because these guys obviously get a lot of coverage is the Hoob Wattbike team. They dominated the team pursuit. So the Hoob Wattbike team not only won the national title at the weekend in the team pursuit, but they also smashed the Manchester Velodrome's team pursuit record and set a new championship record on the way to retaining that title. Johnny Whale, Dan Bigham, Will Perrett and John Archibald set a time of 3 minutes and 54 seconds dead. Still not going to make it into the Olympics though, are they? I mean, the Olympics, they still need to go a lot faster, but these guys are more than capable of being in that Olympic team and taking pursuit gold home. But it's not going to happen, is it? Anyway, moving on. Next up, and in fear of not actually making it to the 10-minute mark today to be able to increase that ad revenue for the channel, I'm bringing a brand new feature. Now this feature could stay around for a while. Potentially you may never see it again. However, our roving reporter has been out to bring you this amazing feature. Buckle up. Let's head over there now. Hi, and welcome to this very special feature of the Chris Pritchard Cycling News Show. How to jump with Chris Pritchard. Okay, so here we are on chest mount with a new GoPro 8, and you're going to learn how to jump with me, professional jumper Pritchard. So first thing you've got to do is be loose. Loose as a goose.
I hope you told them these tips are coming from me.
Loose as a goose. 2 tips. Loose as a goose. Do nothing. Here we go. Do nothing. Jump. Do nothing. Jump. No. Oh shit, tree. I did something. I did something.
Sideways.
I nearly hit the tree.
Intentionally?
No. Intentionally hit the tree. Here we go. Run number 2. Do nothing. Say nothing. Loosey goosey. Loosey goosey. Loosey goosey. Loosey. I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much.
That last one though.
Did I get it?
Yeah, you cleared it.
Did I clear it?
Yeah.
I've eeked. So there we go. If you take nothing else from this video, at least now, next time you're out on your mountain bike, you can jump like a pro. All right, the final news story of today is something that a few people got in contact with me about, and I thought, shall I touch it? Shall I not? But I'm going to touch it. I'm going to touch it, and it's a bit of a controversy within Zwift. Currently, the Tour De Zwift is going underway with a Pro-Am invitational race that's broadcasting live on the Zwift YouTube channel. And over the last couple of stages, we've seen, well, it appears to be a little bit of controversy. So if you're not up to speed, let me try and bring you up to speed. Stage 2, Innsbruck, Tour De Zwift. We saw a rider in the form of Scotty Weiss get disqualified. And the reason he was disqualified is because his performance during the event was inconsistent with and exceeded acceptable thresholds with respect to the data that he'd submitted to support his effort. So basically Zwift saw his numbers and said they don't match up with other numbers that he's given us in the past. Something's gone wrong here. Let's DQ him. The guy finished in 13th position. Didn't really trouble the leaderboard, didn't really make a difference in that race. Fast forward to stage number 4, the Bologna race, and he went and did this.
Getting gapped now by Weiss. I'm not sure he's going to be able to hang on to this wheel. This looks like it's everything he's got. 180 beats per minute, 535 watts. And this is one of those points where you try and close it down and you're getting dropped, and you try and close it down and you're getting dropped. And there's a reality that that kind of effort he's trying to go across with, while Weiss holds it consistently, and it looks like maybe not comfortably, but this is what I can hold through the duration.
So I know what you're thinking, yeah, he got disqualified. No. No, they didn't disqualify him. This is ridiculous. How can you disqualify him for one set of numbers, then he produces a higher set of numbers, yet he doesn't get disqualified? Now, I don't know if his numbers are legit or not, but that's not really the argument here. The fact is that this company who invested $120 million in producing an esports side of Zwift still seem to be a million miles away from making it legitimate. And don't forget, in 2020 we're supposed to be having a UCI World Championship on Zwift, but they can't even make sure that the first person that crosses the line in a race is actually the race winner. Now, I don't have the answers. I wish I did, but I don't. Now, if you have the answers, please leave them down in the comments below. I want to try and start a debate on this one. I know it can be a very touchy subject for a lot of fanboys out there, but let's just try and be pleasant in the chat and try and talk it through and see if we can come up with any ideas that need implemented. Potentially, they've got it sorted and they know what they're doing. I don't think so. But you never know. You know, they have had £120 million invested in them, so they should be doing a better job. But I feel like that there should at least be a beta stage of testing these race events. They've kind of just gone, we've got £120 million in investment for esports. Let's start an esport league. We're not even really thinking about the implications of what they're trying to do. Let's have a beta test stage. Let's make sure that when we're billing it as a Pro-Am Invitational, we're streaming it out to tens of thousands of, potentially thousands of people, that they're getting a high quality production. It's all good and well people sat in a studio talking about the racing, but when the racing gets underway, what have we got? Well, we've got a stream that's no better than mine. And I'm just one man with a webcam. Could start a new series, one man and his webcam. Anyway, I'll leave you with that one. Leave them down in the comments below. All right, and that's another show in the bag. We are stepping ever so close to the episode 100 mark here at the Chris Pritchard Cycling News Show. So we'll have a little celebration. I'll bring some party poppers. But if you've not done already, if you enjoyed the show, hit that like button. If you disliked it, hit that dislike button. But above all, make sure you hit that subscription button and that notification bell so you know when we go live with our videos. Until next time, oosh.